Hey guys, it's Matt with AntiqueTrunksandChests.com. This is going to be a video series about how to restore an antique trunk. What I'm going to do is break down the process for you, provide a step-by-step guide so that you can easily restore a trunk that you have at home or one that you want to buy. A little general knowledge about a trunk you may have or this trunk that can help you. The latches, these are pretty big sturdy latches on this trunk, and it's a pretty good sized trunk. But on a lot of smaller trunks, and even sometimes the larger ones, you'll find that a latch will be missing, broken, the hasp on it will be broken off, and you're going to need to replace that. It's not necessarily that hard to find parts. If you go on eBay, you'll find somebody that's selling trunk latches somewhere. But the harder thing is to find the right size and the right style. Now, if you look at this latch carefully, you'll see that there's a number 4 stamped on it, right here on this top portion. There, you always usually, no matter what latch it is, usually they're stamped in the same spot. If you're missing part of the latch, usually the upper portion's still there, and it's the bottom portion that's missing. So try to find a number on your latch, and that'll be the latch size. They correspond like 1 through 9, I think. Some are really small, some are big like this one. The other thing that's pretty commonly broken or missing is the lock. This one's bent up a little bit here, and I don't have a key for it. And the lock was left in the locked position, so I can't even close it. Plus this dust banding right here is bent out a little bit. So what I recommend, if you're doing a restoration yourself and you're missing a lock, just buy a reproduction lock for it. They make ones that are almost the exact same style, and they work just fine. You'll have a key for it and everything. It'll cost you like $10-15 rather than spending $30 or $40 on an antique lock, which basically looks the same. A few differences between what I'm going to do, what I do in my business, and what I'm going to show you is, if I was going to do this trunk for a client, I would first, I'd separate the lid and the bottom portion of the trunk, and I would take off every piece of hardware that's on here, latches and everything. And the reason that I do that is, it's a lot easier to work with and clean all of the hardware and get it down to bare metal. And then that allows me to, prime, paint, and clear coat that really outstanding quality. If you leave it on, you can still do a good job, and it'll look nice. But it's not at quite the professional level, I don't think. Something I also do, I remove all of the slats and everything, just because it makes them easier to sand and clean. But there's no need to do that if you're doing it at home, because it's easy to break stuff. There's going to be over 300-400 nails in this trunk that I would have to replace if I was doing it professionally. And I think I will do another video about how I do it professionally, in case you really do want to get that in depth into it. Some of the things I'll be covering in this video series is removing the canvas that may be on the outside of your trunk. As you can see, it's falling off. A lot of times there's mold in between the canvas and the wood. And what we're going to do is we're going to remove all that. We are going to separate the lid from the bottom. We're going to take the hinges off. And we're going to take all the paper out of the inside and clean it out. And we'll just go through a basic restoration process that's easy to follow along. So that's about it for this video. And in the next video we will be covering how to remove the top, and we'll get the inside cleaned out on this. I appreciate you guys watching. Subscribe, visit my website, all that stuff helps keep me motivated to keep doing these informational videos and working on my website. Thank you.